is it?
It's day 5.
Yeah, day 5 in Vegas still.
First day in Vegas.
First full day in Vegas. Feels like we've been here longer. Don't know why. So what do? We got up early.
Not that early.
For a Sunday in Vegas, there was no one around. It was early, I think.
What time did we get up?
9.
Yeah.
Early. Decided to walk to the shops.
You got the good spot.
Have I? Why?
Yeah. The lighting's better over there.
Oh, well, you needed to speak to your assistants. Yeah. Decided to walk to the shopping centre or whatever they call it here.
North Las Vegas shopping outlet or something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we walked there, and what did we see? The Cheesecake Factory.
We saw a funny building first.
That's sort of a funny building.
Yeah. That was about it. It was all funny looking.
We got lost 100 times walking there.
Yeah.
So we went to the Cheesecake Factory for breakfast. And how'd that go, picking something off the menu?
I didn't do too bad, okay? I picked alright. The cheesecake part was the hardest part, but we didn't end up having cheesecake.
Yeah.
I did okay. I had to choose between 3 or 4 things because I had it. Okay, the reason why I did okay is because I gave myself a budget. If I hadn't had the budget, then we would have been there for 2 hours picking. So I had to pick between 3 things, and I did okay. And what did you pick?
A barbecue burger and fries and an iced coffee, which I think we're finally figuring out how it works.
Yeah, she came up, she's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I'll have water. He said iced coffee. And then she came back with this big friggin' thing of water and coffee. And we're like, here we go again. So then we had a bit of a little chit chat with her. She was really nice, but I think that's what she has to do. And we're like, so what's the go? Like, we just tip this milk in here and that makes a nice coffee. And she's like, yeah. And then I explained how when we're at Macca's, we had to I poured some water out to put and then I thought she's like, alright, watch this. And I thought she was taking the cup outside outside our window to tip some out. She didn't. But anyway, she came back and she's like, is that okay? And we're like, yeah, that's all good. And then put milk in. And it turns out there probably would have been enough room to keep all the water in there. But it just doesn't look like it because it's like almost full to the top. You're like, how are you going to fit this milk in there?
Yeah.
And like I said to her, in Australia, that's not how it's done. Like it's all made and it comes to you with like cream and shit on it. And yeah, and she's like, no, we like to self-dress things here because everyone likes it different. And yeah, he had to add sugar to it and everything. Like, but how's the sugar going to dissolve because it's cold?
Yeah, it wasn't bad though.
Yeah,
like,
but it was just good.
It was just a bit of effort.
Yeah, we thought Americans were lazy, but they have to make their own coffees, even though they paid for it. So maybe that's why coffees are only like $1 at McDonald's. Anyway.
So the food came, and we hadn't eaten properly for a while.
Yeah.
So.
And it was massive, okay? I was not. Oh yeah. Also, I was like I thought the Cheesecake Factory was just some shit little diner, not shit, but like not fancy. And it was pretty. It looked pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was a nice place. Like you wouldn't think a Cheesecake Factory would be that nice. It was like a proper restaurant, and it was very nice. And then what was we saying?
The food.
Oh yeah, and also because I thought it was like a crappy little diner, I was a bit iffy about the food. I didn't know if we should go there or not because I didn't know if it would be decent for the price. And it came out and it was massive. Well, to me it was massive. I was like, I mean, we've been having like crackers and stuff for meals. I mean, this came out and I was very happy. And she's like, "Is this all right?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, it's all right. Give it to me." And I got eggs, bacon, tomato, ham, some kind of mayonnaise sauce on a brioche toasted bread. Oh, but the bread that came out first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so we get You get free bread at the start. They brought that out, and there was 2 different ones. One was like dark brown, kind of like rye. It had shit on it.
So you tried to palm off.
Yeah, and the other one was white. And I'm like, you're having the shit one. I'm having the white one. And then it was like cut into pieces, which I didn't realise. So we were tearing the pieces off like garlic bread. And he had his dark one first, and I had my light one first. And he said his was nice and hot. And I thought mine was hot, but it wasn't really as hot as his. And it was
like a cake.
Yeah.
The brown one was like a cake.
Mine one was just kind of like normal, and I thought that was good. And then I tried his one, and it was so sweet and delicious. Like, it was almost like fruit loaf. Like, it was almost like a French, like a fruity toast, because it was that sweet.
Yeah.
It didn't have fruit in it, but... And it was nice and warm and smothered in butter, and it was delicious. And after that, I was like, I could leave now. Like, I'm like, I don't need this meal, because we've been eating so little. I'm like, I'm almost full on just a couple pieces of bread, and I'm good to go. If I knew we could just get free bread everywhere, I'd just walk in, have my bread, and walk out. And then, yeah. And, she's like, what do you want on the side? Do you want breakfast potatoes or tomatoes? And I'm like, She's like, breakfast potatoes or tomatoes? And I was like, well, I'm not going to have tomatoes because I've got that in my sandwich. So I'm going to go for potatoes. And we didn't know what was coming. Breakfast potatoes, what the frig is that? Like, Anyway, she comes out with our meals, and I'm hungry thinking about it. And I was very happy. This sandwich and the potatoes were just like little like potato gems kind of, but
they're kind of like roast potatoes a bit. Like
tiny roast potatoes, but they had like seasoning and stuff on them. A little bit spicy, but it took me until the end to work out that was the spicy thing. I thought it was barbecue sauce, but anyway. And yeah. And what did you think of yours?
Amazing. It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How good?
10 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were pleased?
Yeah.
How'd you go? Did you struggle?
No. Well, at the end.
Yeah.
I was definitely could have had cheesecake until about probably the last that much of fries. And then that was out the door.
Yeah, because there was so many cheesecakes, and we were like, how the hell are we going to pick? Because we're just going to get one piece and half it and share it. And we're like, how the hell are we going to pick from this list? And then we decided, so once we started eating, I'm like, holy shit, I'm not going to be able to have cheesecake. And then we're like, okay, well, we'll have this. We'll go do our shopping, we'll come back after our shopping, and then we'll have our cheesecake for like lunch. And that didn't happen because we forgot, and we just went. Anyway, back to my sandwich. I nearly cried, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was tearing up. It was beautiful. It was possibly one of the best sandwiches I've ever made, and that's saying a lot because I'll make some good sandwiches. And I was like, I felt a bit bad. I was like, all this time I thought I was the best sandwich maker in the world, and these people are doing pretty good at making sandwiches. And it was just, I can't even describe, like, there was like scrambled egg, but there was like yolky egg, and then there was melted cheese, and then the ham and the bacon, and the bread was like so toasty and buttery, and I was very happy with my sandwich. I mean, I didn't even need the best potatoes. Like, the sandwich was that good, and I started getting emotional. Anyway, so we finished eating, and then we got lost with the tip thing again. So I think we know what to do now. You give him, so the price, whatever it is, you give him that, and then you leave the tip in the folder for them to pick up later and get surprised.
Yeah.
So that way, like, they can't get offended. Like, you put your tip in there and you run out the door, and they look at it and it's only $1, and it's like, well, you don't have to worry about what they think here because you're gone.
Yeah.
But what we did, we got a lot more like, do we sit here and stay here until they come and get the money, or do we go up and give them the money? How does this shit work? So we go to get up, and then she spots us, and then she tells us to sit the fuck down. And we had a $50, on this receipt it came with, like, what do you want to give? 15%, 18%, 20%, 22%, yeah?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it showed you how much that was. So it was all already calculated for you, which was good. So we decided to give her a little bit more than the lesser, we decided to give it 18% because we're just nice people. And it was just really good, and it almost made me cry. So she deserves 18%, even though she didn't make it. She just brought it to us. So really, I should be tipping the chef. And then, so we left her a $5 tip, and then what happened? Oh, then we left to go shopping, right? And this place is all like designer brands, expensive, like. And I had no idea because I'm like, I don't shop designer brands and I don't want stuff that's really expensive. Like, I'm happy with Kmart, but there's no Kmart here. Well, there is actually. We saw a Kmart, didn't we?
One.
We saw one Kmart, but yeah, we didn't go in. We drove past it. And so first shop we went into, we were in there for quite a while before I realised that, nah, this is too expensive. There's nothing here for me. We were probably in there for about 45 minutes, yeah? It was big, but it was 2 stories. But anyway, that was shit. Then we came out. Anyway, we went shopping, didn't we?
Yeah.
And there was a Disney shop, and I was so happy, nearly cried again. There's a Disney shop, wasn't there?
That was the second one we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I was pretty happy with that. That made up for the last shop. And I could have stayed in there all day. There was so much stuff. But there wasn't enough Lion King stuff, so I was a little bit disappointed. But I think that's kind of it's kind of out the door now, which is a bit upsetting. It's more.
But you did find out there's a new Lion King.
I found out there's a new Lion King, but it sounded shit. Like they were playing it over the thing, but it sounded dodgy. But nothing will ever beat the first 2 Lion Kings. So anyway, and we went in there and we did some shopping in there and we got some stuff, and then we left there. And I ended up getting some stuff. I got a sports bra that's Chicago Bulls. I got a Lion King Hakuna Matata top from somewhere else. I got a bra, got some jewellery, got some perfume. What else did I get? Oh, yeah, I got perfume. I got Katy Perry perfume. What else did I get? Tops, a bra, stuff from. Oh, I got a Dumbo from Disney. Here, you hold that. I'll get it. Oops. So cute. Should say you meant Disney manually. This Dumbo. Really cute. Look. Wait, see properly? Can't see how cute he is. Anyway. You can hold it now. Yeah. And then what did you get? You got some shoes, some good Nikes.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted Jordans, but they were like $180
US.
American, which would have been like 300 and something Australian. So you ended up getting Nikes for like 60 something bucks.
Yeah, 64 US.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't want it? Oh, you're gonna get him. Turn around. All the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I helped him pick them. Well, I picked them actually, and then he put them on and he liked them. And then, what else did you get? You got some stuff for the kids?
Yeah. Mostly stuff for the kids and a shirt.
A shirt for going out. And, I was in another shop for like 45 minutes and picked up 100 things and came out and didn't want any. And he was like, what the hell just happened? And I'm like, yeah, that's called shopping with me. That's what happens, because...
And then we weren't in any more shops for 45 minutes, were we?
No.
No.
Oh, and then there was this other shop that was just like my heaven. And I almost cried in there as well. It was just... Okay, so it had Harry Potter stuff, Pokemon stuff, band t-shirts, show t-shirts, Supernatural stuff, Alice in Wonderland stuff, Lion King stuff, American Horror Story stuff, Walking Dead stuff. Like, it was just all like TV shows that I'm addicted to, that I'm in love with, and band t-shirts. And I'm a bit shattered because I got a t-shirt from Breaking Benjamin concert, which was $35, and they had them there for what? How much were they there? Buy one get one for half price.
No, it's buy two get one free, wasn't it? Or
something, but they were cheaper. They were like, they were $22.50 or something each. So I could have saved some money, but. And then I thought, alright, I'll get my 3 days grace one here instead of at the concert. They didn't have the 3 days grace ones there, did they? Nah. But they had I could have stayed in there forever, and there was so many nice tops and after all that, I didn't buy anything from there because I felt too self-conscious because I've already bought so much stuff already that I didn't buy anything, and there was too much to choose from. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I feel like I want to go back there. I feel like that was just a good shop, and it was my favourite shop, and I didn't buy anything from there because.
And I got one little thing for the kids.
Yeah.
The wristbands.
But we spent ages in there. They had like Harry Potter stuff, but it was all like kids or adult stuff. So I'll wait till I get to the Harry Potter world for Connor. What is that? Who? Oh, I'm sick. Oh.
And we went to Starbucks.
And we went to Starbucks, and we were quite happy with. I was happy with their mocha frappe. Was it mocha?
Yeah.
Mocha frappe?
Yeah.
So, but we are when we said, can we have a mocha frappe? Can we have that mocha drink thing? And then he's like, oh, do you want it this way or do you want it that way? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. And he heard milk in the second answer, so he's like, I want that one. And then we gave him the money, and he put my name on the cup. And then I'm like, so what was the difference again? And then he explained it, and then I realised that the first one was like a frappe from Australia. So I was like, I want the first one, and then you changed your mind to the first one, yeah?
Yeah.
And, yeah, so we got them, and they were beautiful. But then we went into a shop that had stuff that I wanted to look at, so I full on just sculled the whole thing. I wish I could have enjoyed it, but I had no hands. Like, we were carrying a lot of stuff, and I had no hands to look at anything. So I was like, I'm just going to have to scull this and just get rid of it. So I sculled it, got rid of it. And then, yeah, and then I was like, alright, it's getting really, like, it is so hot. It is so hot. I mean, I don't think he thinks it's that hot, but I think it's really hot.
It's hot, but you're not doing well.
Yeah, I mean, I was struggling. Before we even got to the shop, my whole back was covered in sweat. You could feel it through my shirt, my
You had the
top.
backpack on, that's why.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because mine was the same on the way back.
Okay.
I had the backpack.
Well, anyway, I was sweating bad, and then it was really hot. And then some stage when we were there, towards the end, I was like, oh, I think I should start putting on some sunscreen now. Oh, they've got these things in the middle of the street that like put out water, like cold steam, and you can. That's just to cool everyone
Misty
down.
water.
Yeah, and you can walk through them, and you get a little bit of a refreshment. Like, it doesn't wet you or soak you. It just feels good, doesn't it? It feels nice and cold. It's kind of like an aircon, but wetter. And anyway, and then I decided to put some sunscreen on, and then we stopped to put the sunscreen on, and there was a girl there, and she's like, you guys were on my plane. And I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, and he's at Alcatraz Island. And I'm like, what the hell? And we're like, I swear we're not following you. So someone has gone all the way from Australia, gone all the way up to San Francisco, gone to Alcatraz Island at the same time as us, come all the way down to Las Vegas, and there's like 5 million shopping outlets here, and they've gone to the same shopping outlet as us, sat down the same place where we went to sit down to put my sun cream on. I'm like, what are the chances of that? Like, imagine if, like, what does that mean? You're just so not amazed by it. I think that's quite crazy. Like, maybe she's my best friend and I don't know it yet. Look, maybe it's meant to be. Maybe she's my friend. I didn't really like her that much. She talked too much. And she was trying to tell us where to go and stuff. We're like, yep. I'm like, we've already got plans. Stop telling me what to do. We don't have time. But yeah. And, yeah, so then we kind of started heading back, yeah?
Yeah, we realised the time.
So we were meant to go shooting yesterday. And we kind of went, well, this is going to... Well, you could shop there for 10 hours. You could shop there all day. Non-stop all day. And, my eyes are funny. My eyebrows aren't even. Anyway. So we headed back. Started walking back. Got back. decided I needed to take a poo. Okay? Okay, so I went to the toilet. And their toilet system is shit, okay? I don't understand. So I did me poops, wiped my bum, pressed the button, down it did not go. Up the water came, down the poo did not go. So he needed to poo. I'm like, you're not allowed to open this seat, okay? It's dangerous in there. It's not good. So he went downstairs to do his poo. So after a couple times, I tried to keep flushing it. Nah, wasn't happening. So I said, do not open this seat or you're in trouble. It's not going to be pretty. And then we got ready to go to the show, the Michael Jackson show. And we got lost in the car park part. That was hard, so we were late. But like, we would have been on time if we didn't get lost in the car park. But we went to the wrong place, car park. And then anyway, we found up getting to the right car park, got in there, and then we did the amazing race through the casino and everything. And I just felt like I was like Superwoman. I was like so fit and running, and he was running behind me, and we're like running through the hotel, running to the casino, up the escalator, or whatever. And it was like full on like amazing race, because like everyone's standing in the middle of the casino and you've got these two Australians running through. Like, I'm like, are we allowed to run in here? Anyway, probably not. And then we got there. I only probably like a couple of minutes late.
Yeah.
I only missed a couple minutes of it.
Probably missed the first half of the first song.
Yeah, like we were in the door before.
Yeah.
We were in the door probably just a minute after it started. And then we had the very, very back row, and we got upgraded, and we got moved like what? How many rows do you reckon we got moved forward?
20.
We got moved heaps forward, so we got better seats, even though we were late. And we sat down, and then it was on. And what do you think?
It was pretty cool. It was amazing, some of the stuff that they did.
Yeah, like I thought there was this part where they were dancing. I think it was Smooth Criminal, was it? When their suits lit up. Smooth Criminal, wasn't it?
When it was all dark.
Yeah, and they had
that wasn't Smooth Criminal was the second song. So.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, they had these suits on, and they obviously had lights built into them that could change colour. And like as they were dancing, they changed colour, and then they disappear, and then all of a sudden, I can't even describe it. Like they were here, and then they were there, and then this colour, and then they were like over there, and because the light kept turning off, you don't know where they were, and then all of a sudden they were there, in a different spot. And it was just, and the way they were dancing with the lights, it just was like really cool effects. I was like, wow, that was awesome.
And the shadows.
Yeah.
The one where they were all behind the screen.
Oh yeah, they were behind the screen, and then there was like, obviously some were forward, some were middle, some were back, and it was like they told like a story with their shadows, and that was cool.
Yeah.
It was like arty, and there were like men climbing up the walls and doing flips and
People
jumping
hanging
on
from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Walking up the aisles.
What was the one thing that we were like, wow, when the guy was doing it? Was it when they were doing the flips and the trampolines and stuff, or?
The trampolines were cool.
They were jumping off trampolines up the wall, doing flips from the top down to the bottom. But wasn't there something we were like, holy shit, how did he do that?
The guy with on the rope that climbed the...
At the start?
Yeah, is that him?
Oh, I think there was another bit. That bit was cool. I was like, oh my god, he's so strong. Like, to be able to do that. Or was it a girl? Oh, yeah, and then they go like this and go smack on the ground and jump back up. I'm like, how do they not break all their ribs? I was like, oh my god. Like, they just go from here and jump and go splat, and then somehow they get back up without using their feet. They go boing. I mean, they must have bouncy ribs. Anyway, and I was so surprised, like, to be honest, I was falling asleep. Not because it was boring, but I was bugging and I was getting so angry. I was trying so hard to keep my eyes open, but I was dozing off, and I'm like, nah, I can get through this. But I thought there was like an hour left. Like, I didn't even think it had been on for that long, and all of a sudden it was over. I was like, oh my god, that was the quickest hour and a half ever, and that means it must have been pretty good if it went that quick.
Yeah.
Like, if we were bored and we're like, oh, this is going forever. But it was like an hour and a half and it was over, and I was like, wow. But they did Yeah, they did. They Don't Care About Us. That's what I like that song. They did. The Way You Make Me Feel. It's a good song. Black and White. Black and White.
Yeah.
And everyone went crazy for the Black and White one because I don't know the quality of.
And the other thing that was cool was when they at the end when they had the Michael Jackson hologram, like he was there, and they're all dancing with him and like interacting with him.
And then all of a sudden he'd disappear into sparkles and then he'd reappear. And I didn't. You know how long it took me to realise that wasn't real?
Really?
It took me ages, and then I'm like, I don't think that's real. I don't think that's a person. And then I realised, and then I realised when people were walking through him. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's not a person. And then, like, as they walked through him, they transform into sparkles as well. Like, what was it? It was, Better Man? Or, Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, Man in the Mirror.
Yeah. And then, like, they'd go through him and become better people. And then, yeah. And then at the end, it turned into baby him. Not baby him, but little him.
Yeah.
Like little, Jackson 5 him. And then, yeah, that was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, it definitely
I thought he'd be a bit bored or he wouldn't really like it, but he seemed to like it, so I was happy. And then we went to the gift shop. And then we left the gift shop.
Yeah.
And then
took a couple of photos.
Took photos outside of it. And then we're like, we'll just head back here and try to find an all-you-can-eat place. Because, yeah. Gotta fix this one, make it darker. Or maybe it's the light, I don't know. Do you reckon that one's lighter than that one?
I don't know.
Can you see?
Yeah.
That was lighter, isn't it?
You're next to the light.
Yeah. Anyway. And then we came back here and we couldn't find an all-you-can-eat place, so we ended up going downstairs, went to the little gift shop downstairs here, which we're going to go back to at some stage and buy something. And then we went out to Fremont Street, and it's like so cool. And I went over to this place and got a piece of pizza the size of my head. And then we came back in and he went to American's Coney Island, which is like a famous place that has hot dogs with chili on it. Chili dogs. And what you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
But it looked pretty tiny. Like
very small, but
probably because it was compared to my pizza as well. I had the pizza the size of my head, so it probably looks extra small. Probably a normal hot dog.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
It was filling, like.
Yeah.
It was enough.
But they looked at me like I was crazy carrying my piece of pizza in there. And I think that was the wrong thing to do. But anyway, we ended up leaving, come back up to our hotel because I had things to do. Like I had to wash all my bras and my undies and my socks in the sink. Oh, yeah. And then first before that happened, I tried to flush the toilet again, okay? The whole thing overflowed. Well, actually, first I got a coat hanger and we had a fight because he didn't want me to put the coat hanger in the toilet. I'm like, I can unclog this toilet if you just let me put the coat hanger in there, and then I will wash the coat hanger in the shower. And then he's like, so you're gonna wash it in the shower or in the sink? I'm like, yeah. And he thought that was disgusting. I'm like, come on, mate. It's not that bad, okay? It's just a coat hanger, and you can have boiling hot water in the shower and boiling hot water in the sink with soap and body wash. And to me, I was not grossed out. It's my own shit and whatever, but he thought that was gross. So we had a fight because he made me feel bad about it. But I'm like, what's the difference between... Anyway, we won't say that. Because obviously I've grown up with 3 boys that are like dirty and do disgusting things, and probably I'm immune to it. And he's grown up with 2 sisters, and he might be a little bit more of a princess than me. But we're probably going to have another fight after this.
We're going to do a shooting range, remember?
That's tomorrow.
Oh.
I'll shoot you tomorrow.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so I tried to do the coat hanger and that didn't work. So then when I flushed it, the whole thing started to overflow. I'm like, oh shit! I closed the lid and it overflowed in the bathroom, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then after it overflowed, I put towels on and I came out here, back into the room, and I heard it go bloop. I'm like, I think it worked. And then I went back in there and it was gone. But it was overflowed. So we had to use all our towels or majority of them, put them on the floor to soak up the water. And I needed to piss. I'm like, I can't piss. And he was getting angry at me because it was disgusting. And then, oh, that must have happened before we got food.
Yeah.
That happened before we got food. Then we got food, came back up here. And then I had things to do, like finish cleaning the floor, wash the towels and stuff, wash my clothes. But he wanted to go back down there. But when I was down there, I'm like, do you want to head up now? And he's like, yeah, and he just followed me. So if he wanted to stay down there, he could have said, no, I want to stay down here and look at such and such. But he didn't. But then he cracked the shits at me for being in the room. He's like, we're in Las Vegas, and we're only here for a certain amount of time. We should be downstairs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we were downstairs, and I said I was heading back up. You could have opened your mouth and said,
This
no.
just needs to go on the video, does it?
Yeah.
Because we can start now. Because I did suggest we do things, and you were like, no.
No, he said...
You're impossible to talk to and ask things about.
He said...
Yeah.
Shut up, let me say what he said. He said, oh, I wouldn't mind looking in these shops for the kids and stuff. I didn't know he meant tonight. I just thought he meant at some stage. I didn't know he meant tonight. Because he just kind of dawdled around, we got food, and then... Like, he doesn't say, let's go in here now. He didn't say anything like that.
Because I get a million questions. Why? Why now? Why not in 20 minutes? Why not tomorrow? Why not another time?
I don't know what you're talking about. Where did that even come from? Why do you think that?
That's what you do with everything.
When? When have I done that?
Every time we do anything.
What, in Australia?
All the time.
In Australia?
All the time.
Have I done that here?
Yeah.
When?
I can't remember. But
You're lying.
No, I don't
You're
know.
lying. Why would I say why?
Anyway. I'm going to stare at it for the next hour.
No, I'm gonna fucking cry. Is that alright?
Why would he go on about that shit on the video?
What? Anyway, so he cracked it at me and I said that we could have gone down, but I had shit to do. So I had to clean all the towels in the shower, rinse them out. Then I had to wash all my clothes. And then we had a fight and went to bed, and now obviously we're fighting again, so. We slept in separate beds as well. Anyway, can you come say bye?
Bye.
What? Catch you later.